Hi, my name is Debby Rabold, and I'm the Bell Acres Borough historian. I would like to share a few of the stories from our Bell Acres history. Preserving family stories and photos is one way we are able to learn more about our community's history. To learn more about the Bell Acres area, please visit our website. And to share stories and photos, email history@bellacres.org. Once referred to as the hills back of Sewickley, or simply back in the country, Bell Acres has over 200 years of history that began at the end of the 18th century when the first settlers arrived in the Sewickley Valley. The communities of the Quaker Valley School District were once part of Ohio Township. Sewickley Borough was created from Ohio Township in 1853, while Sewickley Township was created the following year. Over time, Sewickley Township was divided into what is today Leet, Leetsdale, Edgeworth, and portions of Sewickley Hills and Sewickley Heights. What remained of the original Sewickley Township became Bell Acres Borough in 1960. Bell Acres covers over 5 square miles of the Big Sewickley Creek and Little Sewickley Creek valleys, with the hills in between. Since the name Sewickley Borough was already in use, a new name was needed for the new borough. Bell Acres was selected in recognition of Edgeworth businessman John A. Bell and his John A. Bell Dairy and Horse Farm that once covered much of the borough. Although active in the oil industry, Bell was also a knowledgeable dairyman whose family once owned and operated an 1,100-acre dairy and stock farm that was later chosen as the site for the Pittsburgh International Airport. A photo of the farm is displayed in the terminal. In a further nod to the airport's history, its hotel restaurant is named Bell Farm Kitchen. The John A. Bell Dairy Farm was established in the 1930s on the Camp Meeting, Dove City Road, where it operated until 1952. Its prize-winning Holstein herd consistently set milk production records. Bell also started a racing stable that in 1946 was relocated from Camp Meeting Road to Lexington, Kentucky, where the Bell sons established the John A. Bell Stud Farm and where their families continue to be actively involved in thoroughbred racing. Another of Sewickley Township's many farms was Signal Farm, located on Turkey Foot Road. It was the home of William T. Shannon, who as a young man in 1909 had the distinction of winning Pittsburgh's first marathon race. Unlike modern marathons, runners had to contend with winter weather as they raced over the mud and ice-covered Beaver Road from Rochester, Beaver County into downtown Pittsburgh. It is through Shannon family stories that Signal Farm comes to life. A great-nephew writes,
"My cousin and I would spend evenings sitting on the steps of this Signal Farm porch, identifying dogs and cats and horses in the moonlit cloud formations, while fireflies and crickets treated us to a beautiful light show. You could step off this porch, walk about 30 feet, climb a stone staircase up to a beautiful English garden, crisscrossed with narrow walkways and containing all sorts of vegetation, flowering shrubs, evergreens, perennials, annuals, just everything, always meticulously kept. It was Aunt Eleanor's garden, and just like her, elegant and beautiful."
During World War II, the federal government constructed 372 apartments for shipyard and defense workers' families on 93 acres at the corner of Big Sewickley Creek and Turkey Foot Roads. Built in 1943, the apartments were intended as temporary wartime housing, but instead remained in use until 1954 because of the post-war housing shortage. At the same time, the 200-unit Victory Village was built nearby in Leet Township. Valley Homes is remembered by 2 brothers who once lived in apartment 1A with their parents. Among the boys' vivid memories were those of coal-burning stoves and the neighborhood swimming hole in Big Sewickley Creek.
"We would walk in Big Sewickley Creek as far as we could go in either direction and explore. There was a swimming hole at the Merriman Road Stone Bridge. Everyone worked to clear rocks and build diving boards. It was very nice. Any time my aunts came to visit, We all swam there. A couple of years after we were there, they drained the Boy Scout camp lake. The water rushed into the creek and wiped out the swimming hole, filled it with rocks. Valley Homes had a great influence on my life. At the time, I didn't realize that. There were so many great people.
As president of the Duquesne Brewing Company, Camp Meeting Road resident John Friday introduced beer cans into the Pittsburgh market in 1936. Mary Sunflower Calvis lived along Big Sewickley Creek before performing with Doc Williams and the Border Riders on the old Wheeling Jamboree radio program. Bill Dara spent summers at the Umstetter Boy Scout Camp on Turkeyfoot Road, where he collected nearly 5,000 plant fossils before becoming an internationally known paleobotanist. Each of us has life experiences that are woven into the tapestry of our family history. Generations of family histories are what make a larger community history. It is through stories that we know those who came before, and it is through stories we will be known to those yet to come.